Hey guys, this is Daniel from Truthache. Sometimes after we've completed an episode, we'll leave the recording going and we forget all about it. And it's in these moments that some of the best conversations take place. So from now on, when we take time off from recording, we're going to release some of these conversations as bonus tracks. And I hope you enjoy them. This is our latest episode of Raw Truth. From Indianapolis, Indiana, this is Truthache.
Signing off. Cheers.
I'm not going to stop it. I'll just find it later. All right, we're done.
That was good.
Well, that was typical, which is good, fun,
Yeah.
wishy-washy, disorganized.
Yeah.
Less talking over, do you think?
Less talking over for sure.
Less than the first one.
The first one I couldn't listen to. It was a hot trash.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good.
Which one was the first one?
Paulina?
I don't.
Oh, no, the one
Whichever-
we just published a couple days ago.
I don't know.
Okay. all
Daniel
right.
made me listen to something,
No,
and I
the
was
very-
like, I can't.
Our pilot stuff, yeah, it's terrible.
No, pilot was yeah, good example. We do get better at it.
Yeah,
every time. But
and
I feel like we need to get off the political bandwagon and start.
Oh,
talking
God,
about some other
please.
shit.
One,
Yeah, I thought we were going to talk about something better.
we
Well, I
we
think-
were, and when you were here, I was like, good, we're not going to bullshit about politics for half an hour, but then we
Well,
did.
well, we did.
I don't think that's not interesting. I think especially having a current events
Mhm.
section would
Yeah.
be fun because you're very caught up. I have stupid ideas, and Michael's always moderate.
Mhm.
Um,
'Cause I'm in the middle.
I think,
Because you won't get a chance. I promise.
yeah, the hand. No, I raise my hand all goddamn time. You guys don't respect it.
He
So-
finally figured it out.
So, as a middle-aged white lady,
Statistic.
Mom on
Mom.
Instagram.
yeah,
Those are important vectors.
yeah, I hate that.
Get off Instagram.
Well,
Just saying.
I like to watch cooking videos.
Did you see Claire V's new line?
Who's that?
Okay, you're not that tied in.
I don't know who that is.
Well, keep
Claire,
going.
yeah, Claire
Okay.
V's the big thing. It's
Just
from
ignore him and keep talking.
Okay.
from
Okay.
the neighbor on Shrinking. Ignore me.
So
Oh, yeah.
I have said this to Daniel. This podcast does not intrigue me.
No.
It's not something that I want to listen to.
It's not for you. I don't mean
Um,
that disparate. Like, why would you?
Why would I?
You hear him talk about this shit all the time.
Well, not just that, but it's from, what little I have heard, it's like 3 middle-aged white guys
men. Yeah, yeah.
who are mansplaining, as you
Opinionated,
just said,
It's called explaining. But
to everybody else. And that isn't going to resonate with me
Well,
at
no.
all. And thank you for your permission. But if I heard men being vulnerable about things that are happening in their life, instead of trying to be like, oh, I know everything.
I'm a
the king of the
tastemaker."
world. Yeah. Like
Yeah,
that shit. I don't need to hear any more of it.
I agree.
I
There's
turn
enough of it.
on the news, I turn on
100%.
anything, and that's all there is. But if people were real,
yeah.
that is where the money is.
I totally agree.
For example, if we talked about the burden of being the backstop for your family and what that looks like in financially challenging times and how you
Mhm.
carry that quietly and nobody ever gives a shit and asks about it.
Yeah.
And also you can't tell your partner
that's-
because their anxiety then becomes a
that's-
burden on you.
That's a big thing for you right now. I mean, you.
Well, no, I was just,
given-
it is, yeah, but it's always been. I don't understand how I take care of all these people.
That's what I mean.
Somebody just brought this up. It's like when women talk about emotional labor, it's always to the exclusion of what men deal with because men can't share it because there's no positive consequence of opening
Right.
up to your partner. I'm not saying lying, I'm not saying being dishonest, but to tell them how scared you are, to tell them I don't know how we're going to make this, to tell them whatever the fears and the anxieties, right? Are
Mhm.
you agreeing with me?
Yeah, I mean,
The only
to a
thing
degree,
communicating that to a
I
partner
think
who
generally
depends on you.
speaking- Yeah, I think generally speaking, the best strategy for most men, especially when they're a key role of providing, even if they're not the only one,
Perceived
Um,
stability.
is confidence, projecting confidence.
Mhm.
It's even worse when you're in a company and you're the head of that company, because then you have to project that confidence to multiple people at multiple times of the day.
Who are not at all concerned
Yeah.
about helping
This
you
is
or
all
what you
on you.
need.
This
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
a topic that I want
So-
in our next
So I didn't want to get into
Absolutely.
that. What I wanted to share was if, for example, we had a conversation about that, it might be interesting to you because you care about your partner. I don't know if that's been a situation, but I'm sure it has been, especially
yeah.
growing up poor. Yeah, like I'm shocked that I have money when there's an emergency. It's
Yeah.
wild. But that might be interesting to hear men talk about why they can't open up or why they feel like they can't be honest with their, right?
Yeah.
I think the interesting piece, you correct me if I'm wrong, is when you open up about the shit that really bothers you. Not so much about being the man. You're talking about being the man. You're talking about being the man with the money, right?
Well, no, I'm
paraphrasing.
talking about this topic was just, hey, here's a podcast I've never heard. How hard is it to be the one? Because the example they give, and you walked up in the car right when I was listening to that, I started tearing up when he's saying it.
I thought it was because I was walking up.
He goes, you can never let anybody in your family know
There you go. That's what I'm
that
talking
at
about.
any moment, everyone you care about is going to lose everything that matters to them.
Yep.
And that is a burden that we don't talk to each other about it, because why would I want to inflict my bad feelings on another person?
Yeah.
The piece, this is what I'm talking about.
Why would I want to subject you to my anxiety?
Right. Well, it's not anxiety. I mean,
I'm just saying that's part of a guy thing too. I'm not going to
So-
communicate unless it's something
Well, and
useful
I
or
think that,
positive.
we gloss over so many things related to financial fears or strains or
Mhm.
troubles. We gloss over anything related to family relationships, emotional,
yeah,
mental health,
Yes.
Mhm.
all those kinds of things, especially amongst the guys, because whether it's true or not, it feels more like, I think that I'm speaking for the world.
you're
I'm
good.
not
You're good.
necessarily saying that I
No.
always feel this way exactly myself, but to a degree it affects all of us. There is a fear that, or I guess,
The perception.
there's more to lose if you don't seem like you've got it put together, like you're strong enough.
Oh,
you're
the whole thing
successful enough.
collapses. Yeah.
Yeah. And
The moment you lose the faith of your partner,
yeah.
I mean, relationship's over. It's never going to be what it was the moment that happens. I think girls now call it the ick.
I've heard the
I
ick. My
mean,
nephews call when
yeah,
they
the
break
young
up with their
people say it's the ick.
But it's that I see something in you that I don't respect or I'm contemptuous of, and you
So
can never.
I really disagree with that statement, because I think it is very important to have a really honest and open communication.
Yeah.
And I, more than anything, you probably don't know about my health struggles, but like I have a giant amount of autoimmune diseases. And so I have times where like working is impossible. So all of that stress and pressure is on Daniel, and it has been for years. And so it's one of those things where he feels all of that pressure, and I feel all of that pressure because I know that I don't have the same sort of ability to actually go out and get
to make that do that action, make that change you were
Yeah.
talking about with activism.
And so I am sick enough that I have to be on thousands of dollars worth of medication every month. But I'm not sick enough to qualify for disability. And, so anyway, there's all of this stuff, and I want to know that I am being a supportive partner for Daniel, even when
Okay.
it's hard.
So you're saying that that's why
Women say they want that.
important, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So what if the answer was no?
What do you mean?
To what?
Oh,
You're
that-
not being a supportive partner. What if the answer was no?
Oh,
Then
in other words,
then how can I best support you?
You can't. What if the answer is you can't?
Okay. Then
because you can't
Like-
affect what happens outside of this circle.
What I'm saying is, how is a husband ever supposed to think, yeah, I can tell you you're not supporting me, and I don't know how you can make it better.
I feel unappreciated. I feel like a
Like,
piggy
what-
bank.
how
I
can
feel
you
like
tell-
a.
How can a man tell his wife that?
You can say that.
I don't know why. So because we have
We're
had
talking
years.
about a hypothetical other
Yeah.
person.
Yes.
Like, is
yeah.
this happening?
No, I no.
We're having this conversation now.
No,
Real
we've had years worth of therapy to kind of work through, lots of things in communication. And if there are times where you feel like that you can't share those things with me, I understand.
The hypothetical me.
The hypothetical you.
Yeah.
There are times
Sorry.
where you kind of hold things in, but I think that more than anything, having those open line of communication,
Yeah, sure.
as we know,
Which,
is how you have a successful
Right,
relationship.
But what we're talking about, or what
go ahead.
what
I
we're
wanna
talking
get-
about
thank
here,
you.
and I think Aaron is pointing out.
Would you like Daniel more or less?
No, she's saying what she wants it to be,
I understand.
Yeah.
which I don't disagree.
She would.
I would not lose any respect for Daniel for laying in bed and crying and saying, I need you to
Right.
I need you to hang on with me. We're going to make this. It's just, this is hard.
Whoa! You just said this hypothetical man is saying we're going to make this. Sometimes he's saying that and he's lying.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to go back to the no piece of what you were
And
saying.
that's what I'm getting at is like what Aaron is pointing out is that there, despite there's versions of honesty. There's like honesty but upbeat. I'm going to lift you up as best as I can, and I'm going to tell you true things to the best of my ability. And then there's like brutal honesty, which is almost nobody on earth. Almost nobody does this.
Psychopaths.
where they actually say, no, I actually don't think we're going to make it.
Yeah, this is totally inequitable, and I've been thinking about leaving for months.
Yeah, or whatever.
As soon as I can afford it,
the
I'm out.
truths are, and some of which are fleeting because there's that truth is subject to how you feel about a situation that might be oppressive or challenging at a time. And men have to bring, and maybe there's ways that this affects women as well. I don't know in the same way, but men have to basically present some kind of level of stability and confidence, and to hold things together with their family.
But isn't that a societal pressure?
Sure.
And if they're okay, fine, right? So it's society that says this.
Yeah, right.
But if men broke away from that and actually had vulnerable conversations,
Mhm.
that can change the next generation.
Great idea.
Okay, so let
Which
me.
is what this podcast should be about. By the way.
Yes, so
The vulnerability.
and we shouldn't be doing this right now. I was just bringing it up as an example of something that struck me as like, I don't even know how to talk about that, but it hit me personally and what the person said was, believe it or not, men have rich, complex inner worlds, and they learn at a very early age and throughout the entirety of their life not to communicate that to anybody, especially their family.
I agree with that.
Well, I'm saying with what we're talking about with the struggles, because part of it, and Amy and I talk about this, we've also gone into therapy in and out over 20 years. It makes things much worse to tell you about how scary things are. And so to Daniel's point, I'm not misleading or deceptive for, well, it is for personal gain. No. It's absolutely. And that actually had a big part of what happened with my schedule today for another time. It's not that I believe I shouldn't do it. It's that history has shown me and again, if I do this, everything's going to be so much worse. Like there's no upside, even with a partner who is supportive and wants to be there. What will happen is you'll realize there's nothing you can do to help the problem that he might be struggling with.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow that's worse.
So
you know what I mean? Like I'm glad we're in this together, but
so you can't sit with the uncomfortableness? So like, let's
No, it's
the
literally a
hypothetical.
resource drain of now you and your anxiety about the problem that I've been not exposing you to. Now I have to manage that on top of the problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
fix it. But that's a man thing. Is the
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, taking care of everything else.
right? It's the fix it thing.
Yes.
So
Because without it, everyone we love loses everything they need.
But let me ask you this: if it just
like, thanks,
you-
Michael.
Oh, Michael hasn't been poor in a long time.
if you feel that anxiety because now you know
Mhm.
things are challenging,
And every
whatever,
day you're asking, did you fix it? Is it better? Are we going to be okay?
can the man then walk out of the room and go play golf, or does he now have to sit with you because now we're both hurting,
Yeah.
and now we have to be there for each other physically, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm explaining this well.
You are.
When you what Aaron's talking about is when you create that situation by now the burden that one person carries is now being shared, because now, hey, here's the burden.
And now it's
You've
twice
got
as
it.
much burden.
You've got it too, so now we both
You,
are
A
feeling
problem
that.
shared is a problem doubled.
Yeah,
that's what
it is.
done this.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say that.
You've done exactly what you're talking about. You did it with Coffee Shop.
Yeah.
You did it with Redwall. You did it with Miles. You've walked through these milestones more than once.
Yeah.
You have felt it.
Mhm.
You felt responsible. You have felt, I need to keep this within.
Mhm.
At some point in time, you can't.
Right.
We're financially hurting. I've got to share this with my spouse.
Mm-hmm.
And the fallacy with what we're talking about is we think it's about us as men. It's not. It's about the relationship. And I would argue, Aaron, that it's not, you can have that conversation. You can have a real conversation, and your spouse isn't going to think less of you or think less of your ability as much as it's about us.
No, I'm not saying that you shouldn't communicate. I
No, I
think
know.
it needs to be managed.
But I think you are saying, though, that there's this piece within men that it's about us, right? That this house doesn't run without me. The kids don't go to
Yes.
school without, right?
Yeah.
And I would argue that's in our head. That's not real. I know we think it's real, and I do think that at times as well. But that is not the realness. It's I'm telling you, because if you go away, if you disappear, something happens to you, their lives still go on.
Everybody is suffering and insecure. So if we're not talking about that, we're not talking.
So
I'm
that's
exaggerating.
so no, but seriously, because that if we're talking about a podcast that you want people to listen to, that's the elephant in the
That's
room.
more interesting.
That's more interesting. It is.
Because doesn't it feel like we're not supposed to talk about it?
No, you're not supposed to talk about it. Like in air quotes, you're not supposed to talk about it. And yeah.
By the way, when
but-
you said, "Oh, that's society imposing," you mean other